everyone. Thanks for tuning Blaque in once again to Authentic Black Goddess TV. I'm your host, QueenAShakur. And as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so that you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. All right. You can follow me on Instagram at QueenAShakur. You can also follow the QueenAShakur fan page, and you can follow me on Twitter at DGoddess27. Let's get into it. So there has been a string of people dying in custody in Louisville, Kentucky at their county jail. And in fact, there's been at least 6 people that have died since, I believe, November, if I'm not mistaken. So that's like within a span of less than 6 months. Okay, they've had 6 people die. And so here's what they have to say. So they say a 36-year-old man in custody at Louisville Metro Department of Corrections died on Sunday. And this is according to Metro Corrections Assistant Director Steve Durham. He identified the man as Leslie Starnes. Now, this was the 6th death in the downtown jail since November the 29th. So in a news release, Durham said officers found Starnes late at night, and he was in there, and they said it was an attempted suicide. Now, Starnes was transported to University of Louisville Hospital, where he was in fact pronounced dead at 1 a.m. in the morning. He had been booked into the jail on January the 26th. Durham said that Starnes was arrested in Jefferson County on charges from Blaque County. Now, the Metro Corrections Director, Dwayne Clark, was on the scene, and he had asked the Louisville Metro Police Department, the Public Integrity Unit, to in fact investigate the death because they said that's the policy. So a 66-year-old person in the jail's custody died on January the 9th. Then there was a 41-year-old by the name of Gregory Wetherill who died January the 1st. A 48-year-old Stephanie Dunbar on December the 4th was found dead. And then 34-year-old Rakita Smith was dead on December the 3rd. And 59-year-old Kenneth Hall was dead on November the 29th. So this is just all nefarious. How all these people just ended up dead. Now, they have tried to blame it on alleged staffing shortages, but in fact, the 6th person who was found dead, that person died when there was a full staff. So I don't think that's the issue. Okay, I mean, there's a history of shady things occurring at this jail, if you ask me. All right, several Democratic Louisville Metro Council members, including President David James, are backing something known as a no confidence vote for jail leadership, and they filed a resolution for it. Now, they say, obviously, this is concerning. This is what Mayor Greg Fisher had to say during a press conference. And yes, let me just go ahead and share my screen so you all can see what Mayor Fisher had to say during this press conference. Everyone, please like and share, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all so that you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Thank you.
About what's taking place at the jail and also what we have going on. On February 6th, last night, February 6th at approximately midnight, a Louisville Metro Department of Corrections officer making a security round discovered that an inmate had attempted suicide by hanging. Officers immediately called for assistance and began life-saving measures. Corrections medical staff and emergency medical personnel responded. The inmate was transported to U of L Hospital by EMS, where he was pronounced dead around 1 o'clock in the morning. Obviously, our condolences are with the family of the inmate. This is the 6th inmate death since November 9th, about 90 days, the 3rd of this year. Each and every one of these cases is being investigated by LMPD's Public Integrity Unit. One case is being investigated by the FBI. Each of the cases are different, and we need to understand that as we analyze them. I've asked LMPD to accelerate their investigations, and if it's determined that there's a pattern, obviously, here to these recent deaths, we're going to open further investigations. In 2021, there were a total of 4 inmate deaths at Metro Corrections. Our average in-custody deaths, when you go back the last 15 years, is 3 people. So last year there were 4. And then there's 3 already here in 22. So obviously 1 death is too many. Of the 6 recent deaths, half of these were caused by suicide. And according to the Bureau of Justice Statistics, jail deaths across the country increased 33% between 2001 and 2019, with suicide being the leading cause. I've been on site at corrections today, along with Director Dwayne Clark and corrections leadership. We all spent time in the single cell where the suicide attempt took place last night to observe the conditions around the suicide, and talked about that with our team here, and then also with some of the corrections professionals in that area. I think everybody appreciates that our corrections officers perform one of the toughest jobs in all of public safety. There's no doubt that these are challenging times here and in jails and prisons all over the country relative to staffing. So obviously, this is concerning. We all understand, and we're trying to figure out why are all these deaths concentrated in this short period of time? Is there some systemic failures or some process failure, or is it just a really unfortunate situation when a person decides to take their life, and then how to intervene at that time of sadness that is going on?
Okay, listen, that's not gonna suffice for me. I want to know what's going on, why these people are turning up dead. And listen, they have some nefarious people and some nefarious events that have occurred at this jail. Now, if you remember last year, I had a woman on here who was incarcerated at that jail. And she talked about how when she was being booked in, they made her strip naked and then they paraded her, two of the COs paraded her through the jail, purposely tried to humiliate her, if you ask me. And I mean, there were men who saw her nude and everything. Do you know how embarrassing that was? And who does that, right? And so I believe she filed a lawsuit. At least that's what she told me she was going to do. But at the end of the day, they dehumanize people, embarrass people, and all of these things. And then it's very suspicious for all of these people to be turning up dead in such a short period of time. That's got to be something more to it, okay? They could sit there and say staffing shortages was the problem, but like the sixth person was found dead when they were fully staffed. So, and I don't know how many others, but I know at least the sixth person. So let me continue. So they go on to say that the no confidence resolution has been assigned to the Public Safety Committee and is on the committee's agenda. Now, James said that he feels pretty confident it will pass out of committee and then go to the full council for a vote. After the press conference, James said that he was disappointed that he didn't hear the mayor talking about accepting the resignation of Director Clark and then replacing him and his executive team. Yeah, I think that might be the place to start. Okay, whoever is in charge when all of these deaths are occurring, yeah, they likely need to be, forced out of there. They need to be fired, allow them to resign, whatever. But clearly, they're not doing what they need to do to ensure the safety of the inmates. So I absolutely think that they should, get someone else. Now, he wants to see more urgency around the issue and believes that Louisvillians want that too. Say that it's like a broken record over and over again, which causes great frustration for many members of our community and many members of Metro Council. Now, advocates have also been urging city leadership to do something about the conditions at the jail, such as overcrowding, understaffing. They push for items like bail reform. Now, in a statement following the press conference, ACLU of Kentucky's interim executive director, Amber Duke, said this number of deaths at the city jail without any meaningful steps toward change is cruel and inhumane. And it absolutely is. Now, saying that it is clear the few steps they have taken over the past 90 days are not enough and have not ended the loss of life at the facility. Duke insisted that officials hasten their investigations into these deaths, and for leadership, they said leadership should do more than share national statistics at press conferences and say they're reviewing their processes. So they should do more than that. Absolutely. They're just saying, oh, we're going to, they share the statistics and then talk about reviewing the processes and this, that, and the third, and just find all of these excuses. But something more absolutely needs to be done. Now, she also asked Metro Corrections to bring in more health support, including professionals who are experts in suicide prevention. So here's the question. Are they trying to make us think that all these people are just killing themselves? Is that what they're trying to tell us? We're supposed to believe that these people are just killing themselves? No, I don't think that's going to fly with me, because at the end of the day, I think it's something much more sinister. And like I said, there have been people who have actually said that they have been mistreated in that jail, and that some of the COs are, quite frankly, just corrupt and just, not very nice people. So we don't know what's really going on, honey. And I'm not going to sit here and think all these people are just, resort to suicide. I don't think so. And especially so many in such a little amount of time. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, they can't really make that make sense as far as I'm concerned, and something definitely needs to be done about it. Okay. So anyway, listen to this. So this Pennsylvania man allegedly admitted to repeatedly shooting his sister in the head, then trying to clean up the crime scene. This is so crazy, honey. What is getting into people? So a Pennsylvania man has been charged with allegedly killing his sister, who was found dead late last week. Now, Joel Ayala Jr., age 20, stands accused of one count of criminal homicide for allegedly shooting and killing his own sister. Okay, she was 22 years old. Her name was Lynette Ayala. Now, this was supposedly during the late evening hours of Thursday, March the 10th of 2022. He allegedly admitted to the crime during the early morning hours of Friday, March the 11th. An initial police report stated that the victim appeared to have sustained traumatic injury from an apparent assault. Lancaster County Coroner Dr. Stephen Diamantani said the deceased woman was repeatedly shot in the head. Like, this is so heinous. You're going to repeatedly shoot somebody in the head? And your own sister? This is real sick and depraved, honey. What's really going on? Y'all don't think this has something to do with people drinking Kool-Aid? And y'all know what Kool-Aid I'm talking about. Please don't play crazy, right? What do y'all think? Because this is just all too much. I mean, we keep hearing these insidious stories, right? With sinister plots. And then just coming out of the blue. And people doing this, or these things, to people that are their family members or close friends. Anyway, they go on to say the exact number of times that she was shot, however, was not revealed by the coroner due to the ongoing nature of the investigation. Now, they say East Hempfield Township Police Department officers say they responded to a reported cardiac arrest at Ayala's home around 11:22 p.m. on the night in question. And that's according to the criminal complaint obtained by mychesco.com. They said the 911 call was made by the victim's father, who reportedly told Lancaster County-wide communication dispatch that he found his daughter deceased in their garage. Can you imagine coming home and finding your child like that? I mean, no matter at what age, whether they're adults or, still minors. It's just also sad. Now, officers say they arrived to find Ayala dead. Various local medical outlets have described her as being partially wrapped in bedding. Police say the bullet wounds caused her to go into cardiac arrest and that she stopped breathing soon thereafter. The defendant was not at home at the time police arrived, as he had previously left to go somewhere with his mother. So Ayala's father allegedly told authorities that he found several cleaning implements, including bleach, other cleaning products, and a bucket near the scene of his daughter's murder. Additionally, blood was found on the sheets in the woman's bedroom. Honey, this sounds like something out of a movie, straight from a script. But this is real life, unfortunately. Now, they say the EHTPD said the defendant admitted to killing his sister and then trying to clean up the evidence. And he admitted this during an interview that was held on Friday morning, according to court records obtained by NBC affiliate WGAL. Hold on, let me see if they have that. Yeah, they have reports. I'm going to share my screen. This is also crazy, honey. I cannot with these people. Hold on. Everyone, please get the likes up. Please like and share. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Thank you.
Yeah, 20-year-old Joel Ayala Jr. is facing criminal homicide charges in connection to the death of his sister, 22-year-old Lynette. WGAL News 8 was there as Joel Ayala Jr. was led into district court today. He was wearing a blue hospital gown and had bare feet. According to court documents, Ayala's father called 911 last night after he returned to the family's Spring Valley Road home and found his daughter's body in the garage wrapped in a blanket. When police arrived, they found blood splatter in her bedroom and on her bedding. as well as cleaning products. Investigators say that Joel Ayala Jr. admitted to killing his sister and trying to clean up the crime scene. Now, crime scene investigators spent much of the day at the home today removing evidence, including a mattress from the crime scene. So far, there is no indication as to exactly why Joel Ayala Jr. killed his sister. The investigation does continue. In East Hemphill Township, Lancaster County, and Shannon, WGAL News 8.
That's just real crazy. Like I said, I don't know what has got into people. Now, but here's what they say. The victim was 22 years old. She suffered traumatic injuries from an apparent assault. According to court documents, her father called 911 after returning home that night and finding her body in the garage. And the brother has been charged. Oh, so crazy. So anyway, just a strange turn of events going on, people, as I said. But let me continue. So they go on to say, hold on, let me get rid of these pop-ups. Okay. They say, yes, he allegedly said when investigators asked if he was responsible, or yes, is what he allegedly said when investigators asked if he was responsible for his sister's murder. Now, a GoFundMe for Lynette Ayala, who is also referred to as Tootie by the organizer, has raised nearly $12,000. They say anything will help. All profits go towards funeral expenses. This is what Elba Irizarry wrote in the fundraiser's sparse description, saying thank you. According to PennLive.com, police have interviewed several witnesses in the case thus far. Now, the investigation is still ongoing. Additionally, the police said they found blood splatter in multiple locations throughout the house. They say the typical appellation for such a crime scene designation is blood splatter. Authorities have not publicly floated a motive for the slaying, and the defendant was silently taken into and out of a building by police wearing what appeared to be a blue hospital-like gown in front of local reporters on Friday morning. So Joel Ayala is currently being detained in the Lancaster County Prison without bail. He is currently slated to attend a preliminary hearing on March 25th of 2022, a little more than a week from today. Now, this is just all really sad, honey. I can only imagine how the parents are feeling right now to know that your child is dead and that possibly, well, not even possibly because he flat out admitted to it unless he's just crazy, honey. Yeah, saying that he's the culprit, that he's the one that did it. That's got to be a very bad feeling. I mean, and that has to make the grieving process even all the more, bad and painful. Just very sad to be killed in such a heinous way. I mean, shot multiple times in the head. And then the father having to find that and knowing that the son had everything to do with it, according to his own words. Just all crazy, honey. I don't know what's going on with these people, like I told you. And so I thought maybe they had the police report, a copy of the police report. But anyway, here's the thing. This young man looks like something's not right about him. Let me show you a close-up of his face. He looks like a whole demon to me. I mean, if you look at his eyes, they look so dark and like there's just no life behind him. He clearly looks evil incarnate. Hold on. Let me let you all see this. They say police at the scene of a death on the 2900 block of Spring Valley Road in East Hemphill Township on Friday, March 11, 2022, where a 22-year-old woman was found dead. The woman's body was found late in the night on Thursday, March the 10th. So that's him, honey. He just looks crazy to me. I'm sorry. It's true. He looks like a whole psychopathic killer, and I believe him when he says that he did it. The question is, why did he do it? Did he have some type of grudge against his sister? Did he just snap? Did he have some type of mental health issues? Was he on drugs? I have so many questions because remember and keep in mind, the police said as of yet they have not established a motive for the murder, and he has not said why he did it. He's just admitted that he in fact did it, honey. This is all so sad. This is all so sad, honey, but listen to this because the news gets worse by the day, I'm telling you. Expectant father who shot partygoer at baby shower was arrested wearing one Lucky Daddy shirt. First of all, I'm sorry, but who's shooting at a baby shower? Do y'all see how crazy this stuff all is, right? Y'all do realize and know that Babylon is in fact falling as we speak. Okay, that's why all the nefarious things are being amped up. It's a spike in foolishness. People pay attention. Now, they say an expectant father in Texas was murdered this week after police say he shot a man multiple times. He was arrested after he shot a man multiple times at a baby shower thrown in anticipation of his own child's birth. So you're at a baby shower to celebrate the birth of your own child, but yet you commit murder? Now you're not even going to be in that child's life, honey. Unless the child look at you through glass or behind some bars. So this is all so nefarious. Elijah Anderson Jackson, that's his name, age 24, was taken into custody Monday and charged with 1 count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, according to court documents. Now, Jackson was wearing a t-shirt that said "One Lucky Daddy." Apparently not, right? Should have said "One Nefarious Daddy," if you ask me. Now, but that's not my business. So anyway, they said, according to a press release from the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, deputies on March the 12th of 2022 at approximately 9 p.m., they responded to multiple calls about a shooting at the home located in the 10,300 block of Floor Hollow in West Bexar County. Now, upon arriving at the scene, first responders allegedly spoke to witnesses who said that a 23-year-old male had been shot several times by another partygoer. What was that serious? Like, what the heck was going on? Almost made me curse. Y'all know I'm trying to, rehabilitate myself from curses. But anyway, so they're shooting at a baby shower, putting other people's lives in jeopardy. What were they arguing about? They couldn't wait until after it was over. And then even if they argue why and how did it escalate to the point of murder in the first, no less. So anyway, they say Jackson allegedly shot Conyers 4 times in front of multiple witnesses before allegedly fleeing the scene with his brother, 29-year-old Jonas Laquan Brewster. Conyers was transported to a local hospital by other party attendees before first responders arrived. He was treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Police quickly located the vehicle in which the 2 suspects allegedly fled the scene of the shooting. Now, the car was parked at a residence located at the 5,000 block of Misty Green Lane in East Bexar County. The deputies with the BCSO gang unit, street crimes unit, and K9 unit responded to the location with aerial assistance being provided by the Texas Department of Public Safety. As the deputies approached the home, the DPS, the aerial unit, allegedly observed Brewster jump out of a rear window with 2 rifles, both of which he allegedly threw over a fence and into a neighbor's yard. Brewster then allegedly ran back to the home and grabbed an undisclosed amount of marijuana. Honey, he was a whole thug. I mean, you're just doing all of this. You shot and killed somebody. You run off, jump out of car, get guns blazing, and then go back to get your marijuana. Like, really make it all make sense. Now, they say he went and got the marijuana, which he also allegedly threw over the fence before running back into the home again. Police said Jackson then exited the residence through the rear window and climbed onto the roof of the residence as Brewster fled. Once on the roof, once on the roof, I thought that was the police shouting, once on the roof. No, but once on the roof, Jackson allegedly attempted to give Brewster commands, but then immediately surrendered and was taken into custody on the front lawn at the home. Now, investigators allegedly found Brewster hiding behind a nearby storage shed and arrested him without incident. Deputies also recovered the firearms and marijuana Brewster allegedly threw over the fence. BCSO spokesman Johnny Garcia told Kens that the arrest presented a particularly challenging situation because of the lack of visibility at night. I'm sorry, but the police don't have night vision goggles. I'm just curious. I would think they should. They said it's dark, unlit situation, and you really don't know what's going on. Now, it's difficult and it rattles your nerves and it makes you uneasy because you know danger is on the other side. Garcia credited the DPS aerial support for allowing the raid to wrap up without incident or injury. DPS was able to see the suspect was exiting the home and trying to discard evidence that may have been involved in the shooting that they were investigating. Garcia reportedly added that a high-powered weapon is what the suspect was throwing over the fence into the backyard of an innocent person. Both men were booked at the Bexar County Jail. Brewster was charged with one count of being a felon in possession of a firearm, a third degree felony, according to court records. And then he was released Monday after posting a $25,000 bond. Now, while Conyers sustained four gunshot wounds, police reportedly said that a total of 16 shots were fired during the incident, all by the same firearm. According to KENS, one of the stray bullets went into a nearby home and hit the headboard of a small child's bed. Do y'all hear this? Could have killed the poor baby while it was sleeping. The child's laying in the bed asleep, and the bullet literally went over the child's head through the headboard. Luckily, the boy was away for the evening. Okay, well, it didn't go over his head because he wasn't there, but thank God. Y'all see how crazy this stuff is? And then some of y'all be sitting there niggerly talking about, oh, no snitching. Please miss me with it. All right? If you know someone is doing things detrimental to your community, causing causing the loss of life, breaking in and stealing and all these things, home invasions, robbery, burglary, drug deals and all this, shootouts, drive-bys. If you know people doing this stuff, honey, you need to report them. And if you don't want to give your name, do it anonymously through Crime Stoppers. Stop talking about no snitching, because no snitching is for criminals who want to tell on other criminals to get less time for themselves. That's what that is. Now, Jackson remained in detention on a $75,000 bond as of Tuesday morning. Ooh, honey, this is a lot. In fact, this is just too much. Now, Jonas Laquan Brewster and Elijah Anderson Jackson. Let me show you the two pictures of these thugs, honey, because I cannot. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Thank you in advance. This is them right there. Oh, so crazy and extremely sad. I mean, just an unnecessary loss of life, because people have no respect. Some people, that is, have no respect for others. None whatsoever. And you know what I'm tired of hearing Black people say? I'm so sick and tired of hearing Black people say when one or two Black people, a handful of Black people do something foolish and they go out here and commit all these crimes or whatever, honey, I get so sick and tired of hearing some Black people say, we need to do better. Honey, don't put me in. Don't lump me in with these fools, because, honey, I don't go out here, being violent and committing criminal acts and all these things and then, fleeing when the police are on the way because I know I did something. Honey, please don't put me in there, honey. And if you're not that type of person, don't put yourself in there either. Because don't say we need to do better. All right? Say they need to do better. Because, honey, there is a select few of Black people in our communities that are what I would consider and deem as menaces to society. Collectively, Black people are not out here doing this foolishness. And I know that's what the mainstream media propaganda machine likes to push and perpetrate, that narrative, but that's absolutely not true. Most Black people are law-abiding citizens. It is just that the few of us who are not, well, they use that to paint their narratives and push agendas to just demonize and vilify all Black people collectively. That's what they do. And we don't have control of the media. In fact, they do. The only thing that we have control over as far as media is the new Black media. But the mainstream propaganda machine that is global, that everybody in millions can see and view in different countries and all of that, well, they always want to control the narrative of how people view and see and treat and think of Black people. And that's just what it is. So anyway, this stuff made my head hurt, honey. Just so you know, this is all such bad news. It's so sad. And I really hate to keep reporting it, but hey, it is the truth and it has to come out. So anyway, my condolences to the family, right? The nefariousness continues, beloveds. Anyway, with that all being said, please like and share, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all. Listen, and leave me a comment letting me know what you feel about snitching. Do you think people should snitch if they know that someone did something criminal and that's to their own community's detriment? Do you think they should just mind their own black business and keep quiet about it? Do you think that snitching entails anyone who says anything about anyone else other than themselves to the police? Or do you agree with me that snitching is what is reserved for people who are in fact criminals themselves? They engage in nefarious criminal behavior and then they'll go tell on someone else who does the same thing they do, and that's commit crimes. So just let me know, because I'm curious to know your thoughts on this. With that all being said, everyone please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all so that you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Be sure to tune back in to the original Queen QueenAShakur show today at 4:45 for your daily vitamins. Peace.
In order for you and me to devise some kind of method or strategy to offset some of the events or a repetition of the events that have taken place here in Los Angeles recently, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man to go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
Queen.
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your
Ahmadiyah.
skin?
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
I'm
Queen.
getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyah.
oppression